three great alliances fight to claim it. Evil awakens. A long-vanished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. And so Death's long arm reaches out. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.
ELSWEYR, land of the Khajiit. Here, life should be good, but we suffer 1,000 perils. Beneath the tyrannical rule of the usurper queen, our farms and villages overrun by hordes of undead. And the very land itself set afire by a rage of dragons. Heroes emerge, ready to defend ELSWEYR, wielding weapons, spells, and even necromancy, to claim victory at all costs. But through the smoke and flames, hope stirs.
There you are. Was the smuggler able to tell you anything about those antiquities you found? Concordia certainly seems to think they might be important. I'm still learning to understand dry skin emotions, but I'm pretty sure she's concerned. Concordia mentioned something about the Zalto tablet, an old legend. Reminds me of a story my egg mother used to tell me about a cursed skull. That's a worry for later. Concordia sent me to help you right before she departed. Concordia has a camp in Shadowfen outside Stormhold. She went to check on things and do a little more research on the items you recovered. As for us, we need to figure out how to find Margus fast. Chidmaska? That's in Shadowfen, and that's a fact. We should hurry if we want to stop Margus and the Blackguards. I can arrange transportation for us. Just tell me when you're ready to go. The ruins are up ahead. I'll wait here and make sure the boat stays safe. There are all kinds of horrible creatures in the swamp, and some of them eat boats. That's a fact. Well, Zalto means sacred secret. Each tablet contains its own mystery. I think this one is related to the legend of Bila Kar. He was an ancient Argonian sorcerer, terrorized most of Black Marsh, or so the story goes. Not the sorcerer, but the relic he left behind. The legend claims that Bila Kar used his considerable arcane energy to imbue his skull with a powerful curse when he died. The process turned the skull into solid gold. That seems unlikely. The story I heard claims that the skull was hidden on an island off the coast of Black Marsh. Margus probably has the blackguards looking for more clues that point to the skull's exact location. Be careful in there, my friend. You found something? And you made it out alive! Oh, you continue to surprise me, my friend. Hop in the boat and we'll head for Concordia's camp outside Stormhold.
Finally! You don't know how worried I was for you and Gilar. After I heard about the murder in the Outlaws' Refuge, all I could imagine was you and my agent lying in a ditch somewhere. I don't suppose you learned more about Margus's plans. That corresponds with what I was able to determine, and I'm sure it's somehow related to the legends of Belakar. But what happened to you and Gilar after you left the Outlaws' Refuge? Were you able to track down Margus? What an excellent specimen. But see this opening on the back of the statue? A cavity. But whatever was stored inside it is missing. It looks like Margus Darius continues to remain one step ahead of us. Curse his arrogant eyes. Only one conclusion makes sense. Margus seeks the golden skull of Belakar. Whatever was inside the idol could lead him right to it. A worry for later. Right now, know that Cyrodiilic Collections appreciates your help. Take this with our thanks. All right, time to get back to work. We need to figure out how to keep Margus Darius from finding the golden skull of Belakar before we do. The survival of Cyrodiilic Collections depends upon it. Not to mention Murkmire, maybe all of Blackmarsh. Depends on the source. But all the legends indicate that the skull contains powerful magic, not to mention a curse that could destroy Murkmire. I shudder at the very notion of someone like Margus or the Blackguards getting their hands on it. We need to follow the trail. Whatever Margus found inside the idol, he's going to need Argonian experts to help him decipher it. Talk to Gilar. He knows a few local Argonians with knowledge of Murkmire. That's who Margus will seek out as well. Gilar's down by the water working on his boat. He should be able to point you to the Argonians most likely to possess the knowledge that Margus needs. Get to them and find out what Margus questioned them about. As much as Margus desires Argonian antiquities, he doesn't really know that much about them. He's going to need help making sense of whatever he found inside the idol. For that, he'll turn to the most knowledgeable Argonians he can find. I just read about this in the Legends of Blackmarsh. The skull is a fabled relic, said to contain the power of the Argonian sorcerer Belakar. According to the book, the skull vibrates with arcane energy and carries a terrible curse. Cyrodiilic Collections wants to find the skull, so we can return it to Blackmarsh. Perhaps to make it the centerpiece of our proposed museum. Margus. I'm beginning to think he wants to utilize its power in some kind of arcane ritual. Well, it is a cursed skull, and Belakar practiced the dark arts, so not a particularly good ritual, I imagine. The legend says the curse spells the doom of Murkmire. I don't think we can afford to take any chances with this. Cyrodiilic Collections was started by my sister Famia and I. The goal of our society is to find and recover Argonian antiquities that were removed from Blackmarsh and return them to the Argonian people. We have a deep and abiding respect for the Argonian culture. Well, more of a fascination, really. Plus, every success builds our reputation. That's the key. To fame and fortune. Success garners attention, and attention attracts benefactors. That means more gold to use to equip expeditions and purchase antiquities from collectors. And eventually, it means we'll have enough gold to open our museum. Margus Darius was a member of our society who betrayed our trust. He stole our research and used it to beat us to some choice relics. His true goal appears to be the golden skull of Belakar. With the help of the Blackguards, he might just find it. The Blackguards are a deadly gang of thugs from Black Marsh. The gang consists mostly of Argonians, and is rumored to have been formed by escapees from Black Rose Prison. They're crude, hateful, and have no regard for the sanctity of history.
The cursed skull scares the wind out of my sails, and that's a fact. Does Concordia have more work for us to do? Why didn't I think of that? The Blackguards are sure to harass anyone they think can help them decipher the clues that lead to the cursed skull. I can think of 5 or 6 knowledgeable Argonians right here in Shadowfen. Here, you check on the Argonians on this list, and I'll go check on a few others. Meet me back here after you're done, and we can compare notes. Just be careful. If the Blackguards found them, there's a good chance they're keeping an eye on them.
I don't have much of a selection.
keeping that idiot. He should be back by now.
Perhaps that one can help.
What a mess.
Yes, I'm still here. Where can I go? Well, with your thugs watching me like horned owls regarding a branch full of tree slugs. So, what Argonian antiquity do you want me to examine this time? Not a blackguard? Then why should I tell you anything? Unless you're one of those thorns in their sides that the leader complained about. Are you one of them? Are you a thorn in the blackguard's side? Then I'll tell you what I told their leader. The woodcut they found inside the nightmare idol describes a ritual. But all I could decipher was the sacred location where it must be performed. Norgzel. In ancient Argonian it means forbidden place. This is just a guess, but I think the ritual unlocks the hiding place of the golden skull of Bilakar. And once Margus gains the cursed skull, he can summon forth the power of the mad sorcerer. Power enough, the legends say, to destroy Murkmire.
Get the Dominion scum out of here!
You're not here
Pilgrims
to
have
complain,
gone missing
are
since
you?
that elf arrived.
If you're another one of those blackguards, and that's the way to pronounce it, not blackguards like that thug insisted it was, then my answer is the same. I've deciphered as much of the woodcut as I can. Now, leave me alone. That's rather courageous of you. Few willingly oppose the blackguards. Well, you'll need to hurry. I already interpreted the portion of the woodcut that refers to the ritual. Their leader, Margus, knows how to recover the cursed skull. By performing the ritual exactly as the woodcut described it. I warned him it was dangerous. One misstep and the spell will consume him. Of course, he needs ritual objects to focus the spell. I couldn't decipher that section of the woodcut, though. Look, I have a family. If the blackguards even suspect that I told you this much, they'll make them disappear. No, I have nothing else to say on this matter. I suppose I should be thankful for that. Look, the curse of Bilakar is a terrible thing. He hated his fellow Argonians. If Margus unleashes the power of the curse, all of Murkmire will be destroyed. I hope you do stop him. I hope so very much.
Please. I've told you everything I know about the woodcut you showed me. You can let me go now, right? I did what you asked. You're not. Oh no. If they see you talking to me, you'll have to leave now. I want nothing more to do with Margisterius or the skull of Belikar. All the more reason for me to run as far from this place as I possibly can. I know how powerful cursed Argonian relics can be. If only I had enough gold for the voyage. My poor feet can only carry me so far, you know. They showed me a woodcut that contained ancient Argonian symbols. I could read some of them. They described a ritual to turn meditation cylinders into keys. A contribution to my travel fund might help me remember more. I appreciate the compensation. Now listen. 2 things. The meditation cylinders are hidden on an island called Norxel, but I have no idea where that is. Second, the blackguards are preparing a ship on the river near Deep Graves to go find them.